Hello, my name is Steve Capper, and the purpose of this video is to give you a bit more of an idea of the behavioural change and the information about the roles and responsibilities of pre-sales people that I deliver during a pre-sales training class. You're probably watching this because pre-sales people have said, I'm going to change, and maybe you need to look at this video, and maybe many of you are salespeople or in a meeting of sales and pre-sales people. But the whole underlying foundation of the training class that I deliver is to give pre-sales people more roles and responsibility, more soft skills, and more understanding of how I expect them to be more involved in the sales cycle and to give them the skills to be able to do that. So let's talk about some of the soft skills that I expect from pre-sales people. The first one that I'd like to deal with is called the 2 seconds of silence. This is a skill where I would expect pre-sales people to start listening to the customers. So one of the things I talk about on the class is stop talking to the customers, start listening to the customers. So the first skill is called the 2 seconds of silence. So if the customer is talking, as soon as the customer finishes talking, the job of the pre-sales people, keep quiet, nod head for 2 seconds, don't move the mouth, use your listening tools. And in 80 to 90% of cases, the customer will continue talking. So the customer may say, I have major problems in the area of infrastructure management. Job of the pre-sales people, keep quiet, 2 second nod. Humans will then continue talking. For salespeople, do not panic. Don't jump in and answer. Continue to wait for that 2 seconds. The next soft skill that I want to talk about that will impact salespeople is called the 42 seconds. The customer asks a question, we wait our 2 seconds, we nod our head. When we answer, we never answer for more than 42 seconds. I've done studies on the internet that customers' attention spans are between 38 seconds to approximately a minute and 15. Now I've picked 42, and at the end of 42 seconds, I expect the pre-sales people to then play tennis. In other words, to throw a question back to the customer. So I've been speaking now about infrastructure management for 42 seconds, what we can do about that, and then I say, and Mr. Customer, how do you do that now? Is that one of your biggest problems now? Mr. Customer, would you like some more information? Mr. Customer, would you like a white paper? Or maybe we even just finish as it's late in the day and we want to continue. Or maybe even we say, Mr. Salesman would now like to add some extra to that information. So that is called the tennis concept. That combined with the 42 seconds and the 2 seconds is some of the major soft skills to get the pre-sales people to start listening and stop talking to the customer. One of the other soft skills that I will talk about is called the 50%. In any meeting we have with the customer, if we talk more than 50% of the time, then that meeting is a failure. One of the underlying concepts we have as well in this class is that we as pre-sales people want to talk to the customer. We want to have meetings with the customer to understand more about their problems, to understand more about their pain, to understand more about their business impact before we do a presentation. The whole objective is to be able to do what I call a business impact solution, a customer business impact solution, not a vendor presentation, not a solution presentation, but something that makes a difference to the customer. And this is a major concept within the class. So some of the new ideas that I bring to the class that will affect salespeople. The first one is a major workshop that we do called the questions to ask the salespeople. I want pre-sales people to do a better job for you. So one of the first concepts that we're going to look at is what type of questions can I ask a salesperson so that I can do a better job, so that I know more about the customer. So salespeople said we are going to have a meeting with a customer next week, or we're going to have a presentation. We'll sit down at some stage before that and have a planning meeting. who are we going to see, and so on. Once we've decided on the meeting, we have another process regarding how we will interface with the customer, how we will work together, how we will do tag team. They have the skills to do that. So these are some of the major things that are going to be part of your experience with new pre-sales people and the way that they're doing their job. As I said before, they will be asking to do discovery meetings. There's 4 types of discovery: the face-to-face, there's the telephone call, there's even meetings with the customer as we're standing in front of the screen ready to do a presentation or ready to do a whiteboard for them. We also talk in the class about team selling skills. So let me pose you a question. Should pre-sales people talk about dollars and contracts and prices during a sales cycle, during a customer meeting? I can almost hear many of you now saying, no way, that's my job. And likewise, one of the major concepts in team selling is that the customer asks a technical question, the technical people will answer that even if the salespeople know the response. If the salespeople want to contribute after the pre-sales person has spoken, then they continue after that. So let's have a look at some of the other team selling skills. How do you interrupt a pre-sales person if they're talking too much? How does a pre-sales person highlight to you that maybe instead of the 5 minutes you've spoken about, you've spoken for 15? How do you do the interrupt? Is it a wave of the hand? Mr. Pre-sales person, would you like a glass of water? Maybe you take off your watch. These are concepts that we deal with in the pre-sales training class, all of which are designed to help you and help the team to do a better job. So, some of the other things that I want you to think about. I want you to think about having big shoulders. In other words, accept constructive criticism. We're in a taxi after a presentation, after a customer meeting. Accept the fact that the pre-sales person might turn around and say, Mr. Salesman, I don't think we did that well. You said you were going to speak for 5 minutes and you spoke for 15. Next time, let's try and do it better. Or you talking to the pre-sales people. I don't want you to go back to the office and say to your manager, I never want to work with that guy again. The whole objective of the class is to get the pre-sales people more focused in understanding that they're going to deliver something that the customers really think is worthwhile listening to. Customer business impact solutions. The pre-sales people have skills in questioning customers. They have a new skill called what, why, BI. What's the problem? Why have you got it? And what's the business impact of that problem? And that is the foundation for them to create something different. So they'll want to talk to customers. They'll want to have discovery meetings. There are more videos with regard to this topic on my website, which is www.stevekapper.com. stevekapper.com. Or if you'd like more information, send me an email. Scapper, SCAPPER, @hotmail.com. Have a great time team selling. Have a great time understanding how to work with your pre-sales partner. Have more sales. Have quicker sales. Have time when you only go and see the customer 2 or 3 times, and in that 2 or 3 times the team, especially the pre-sales people, make an impact on the customer. Have a good time. Thank you very much for watching this video, and I look forward to meeting you at some stage in the future. So thank you very much and goodbye.